But now you have analysts on CNBC that are predicting that all spot Bitcoin ETFs, including Grayscale one, BlackRock one, and Van Eyck and all these, will be approved not next year, but by this fall. We have a huge deadline coming up by the end of this week, in fact. Okay? So, are we going to get spot Bitcoin ETFs approved by the end of this week? Some may think so. I mean, there's another deadline in November, but still, it's either this or November. So if we get all of them approved, like all of them right away, you know what's going to happen? We're going to see the greatest pump for Bitcoin and crypto that we've ever seen in history, probably. Speaking of Robinhood, they extended their Web3 wallet support to Bitcoin and Doge. Okay, so now you can self-custody with Robinhood with their wallet. So that's pretty good. But you know what else is coming out about Robinhood? Arkham says Robinhood also is the 5th largest ETH holder. Recently, Arkham said they are the 3rd largest Bitcoin holder. And now they came out and said they're the 5th largest ETH holder. I still argue that they are not holding it, okay, on their behalf. They are holding it for some big whale or institution behind the scenes. It just makes sense. Okay, they don't have this much money to be throwing into crypto. I think they're buying on the behalf of like the BlackRocks or the Vanguards of the world, right? But it is quite interesting that Arkham is finding all these top wallets from Robinhood. Quite interesting. And speaking about ETH, yes, it is still climbing. ETH total value in the deposit contract for their new chain, Beacon chain, it's just skyrocketing right now, right? There's nothing really holding it back. So ETH is still doing quite well. Last thing, I saw this. I don't know if XRP guys need to worry about this, but Swift just tested, I don't know what blockchain, if it's their own or what, but they're testing out, how to use blockchain, right? How to use tokens for transferring money, right? This is exactly what XRP is doing, and Swift is not sitting idle. Now they're starting to test it. They're like, oh, okay, maybe we need to worry about all this crypto stuff, right? And that's exactly what they are doing right now. Uniswap also won a huge thing. I think most people missed this. I didn't even know this, but South District, New York was suing Uniswap, saying that, they're conducting illegal security trading. And it turned out, no, that's not true. Liquidity pools and decentralized DEX, yeah, they're not offering illegal security offerings or trading or whatever it is. They actually won. So that's actually pretty good. At least it wasn't SEC suing, but still, I mean, if it was SEC, they would be losing anyways, right? So that's actually pretty big for Uniswap. Big endorsement. So because of this, then most likely the SEC is not going to touch DEXs, right? I mean, they've been taking a lot of L's recently. But also what's awesome is Uniswap is now beating Coinbase in spot trading volume, right? A lot of you guys are starting to utilize DEXs because they are decentralized, right? And that's fantastic. More and more people are using self-custody wallets, trading with decentralized exchanges. Ultimately, that's like the utopia for crypto, right? Everyone using some kind of decentralized product, right? And then less and less reliance on centralized platforms like exchanges like Coinbase and Robinhood and all these guys. So that's actually fantastic. Very, very fantastic. And then I saw this too. I did cover this briefly yesterday, but Uniswap was being sued and they won, which is great. But also the judge that ruled in that case, okay, ruled that Ether is also a commodity. So now it's pretty much a done deal. Ethereum is a commodity. It is not a security. SEC is not going to touch it when so many already recognize it as a commodity. And here's the good thing. That judge is also overseeing the case between the SEC and Coinbase. So if she already believes, Ethereum is a commodity, and she understands that DEXs are not offering security trading or security contracts, well, you put the two together, she's pretty savvy. So most likely that Coinbase lawsuit is going to end up with Coinbase winning and SEC losing because they don't really have a case. They just claim that Coinbase is selling securities just because they're selling them automatically makes them a security. That's not true, right? So based on this and based on the fact that the judge is residing over that other lawsuit, I think Coinbase is going to win too. Maybe I don't know how long it's going to take. Probably not this year, but maybe early next year before the halving event. This will also be resolved, pushing Bitcoin and crypto higher again. The SEC is just going to take a lot of L's. They're going to keep taking L's. If they want to go after the bad guys, that's great. No one is going to fault them or stop them from doing that. But if they keep going after the good guys for no apparent reason, they will lose. Gary will be thrown out and fired eventually, right? And that's what it's looking like right now. Here's something called alligator suppression. And every time, it's just a couple of moving averages, but it sounds great. Alligator suppression just means that Bitcoin is held below all these moving averages and it stays down there for a little bit until it breaks out. And then it goes on a parabolic run. Just like July 2015, January 2012, also January 2020. And guess what? We are breaking out like right now, August. We are breaking out again. All good right now. Here, Bitcoin is back above the EMA 200 also on a daily. Again, look at the times that Bitcoin has fallen below. What happens? You have a big, gigantic pump, right? That just happened because of the SEC grayscale news. Are we going to continue? If we get spot Bitcoin ETFs approved this week, we will see a gigantic, like I said, pump that we have never, ever seen before, right? So we will see. Even if we don't get it, Bitcoin will continue to do its thing, slowly trend upwards until next year and get closer and closer to 69,000 before the halving event. And afterwards, we'll go break through like all previous cycles, right? We will continue forward, onwards and upwards.